angle
them
chat,
around.
I'm not
Yes, it
looking
is.
in there.
Okay, it's your choice.
That is a good idea.
I like the
Very
roleplay
good
for
choice.
the fourth one.
Yeah, I think that's a good.
The candle's
Combo.
interesting. I just don't know because I haven't tried that yet, right?
It's
Like
good.
I don't know.
It's good practice for control.
We'll see.
I think is getting your thrust.
Good training.
Down.
Good training.
Yeah, that too.
That's fair. That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
And well, for the last one, I am always a fond fan of restraints.
Yes.
How many restraints?
And I do like that position.
I call that the mating press position.
That is the mating
What
press.
the heck?
Oh boy.
I'm sorry, is it the press that you go to about
Sure.
ads for mating?
Sure.
I'm not unsure what you mean.
It can be what it. Well, okay, I can't explain it. You're gonna have to look at the picture. That's all.
I'm
there is
not
to
gonna
it.
look.
Then you will never
Please
know. I'm not explaining. If Failure wants to take time out of his day later, that's fine, but I'm not explaining. So.
Yeah, where are you? 4 minutes over.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh boy.
So, let me get my notes up here again.
Oh,
Whatever it was, 10 days ago. The party
Wheels on the bus go round and round.
parted ways-ish with the Army of the Expanse, having killed Ewok the Expander, and having listened to Thrag the Orc give a rousing inspirational speech before taking over what was left, what had not been killed or abandoned or anything like that. Synod gave an address of Sherbert's Way, a gnome named Halifax, to talk to for mailing, I should say, purposes. Mazikeen's, well, I guess this is mostly for her. Mazikeen's patron tells her about Ogma and Eldath and what she should do. And near the end of the session, the party went and relaxed on a beach. And lightly observed, I suppose, the arrival of a ship. A very large... No, that's not what happened. There we go. A very large ship that I will... That's not what I wanted to play. I believe we ended going... You all went back to the tavern. So, if there's nothing else that anyone particularly wants to do, we will pick up... Oh, for shit's sake. Okay. We will pick up in the morning time with you making your way back down to the shore. Okay.
well, cool. So it's morning.
'Tis.
What? Oh man, I haven't been this hungover in a while. All in a night's work, eh?
Yeah, it was quite the work indeed. It was quite the effort.
Wait, did we sleep on the beach?
If you want to.
If you wanted to, no one
Did
will stop you.
Did people sleep on the beach?
Vashario,
No.
I don't think would have.
I did.
There's one.
Oh.
It is a proper beach. It's not like one of those horrible European beaches where it's just pebbles everywhere.
Oh, it's just stones, yeah.
Or one of those Greek beaches where their stones are sharp.
Oh.
No, I don't think I'll ever have a beach like that because those are just wrong.
I mean,
Yeah, fuck
I
that
would.
beach.
Ow! No.
I remember the
Talking
episode
about places of sands and stuff.
where Gordon Ramsay went to a nude beach with two other chefs. That was a great episode.
You send that one to me? I've never seen it, and I need to see it now.
It's a whole series. It's got Gino D'Acampo and
Oh yes,
Somebody
this
else.
one.
Oh, there you go, Synod. I already found it. Perfect. You can link it.
I mean, I didn't find it, but
Oh.
you sent it to me way back when. Way back in the when times.
Yeah. There you go. And,
With the who was it?
And Chino is very happy to be without clothes, and Gordon Ramsay's very not.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And then the
Wait.
cat and octopus.
Is
There you
Gordon
go.
cooking in the nude?
No, you generally do not cook in the nude, sweetness.
I mean, unless you got someone on their hands and knees crawling around the kitchen.
Well, okay, so we'll turn it over to failure for that. Failure.
I like how Sinan and I both just immediately went, I mean...
I mean, I feel it's dangerous for like oil and like your feet, but
Sure, but that's all part of the. That's part of the.
Fun.
Or do if she's, you know, being a bad girl.
Oh, baby,
Mhm.
it hurts so good. So, anyways, so Cae'ter was sleeping on the beach last you saw him. Are you sleeping on the beach too, Brittany?
no. I think I went back with my cousin
Okay.
and slept in my own room at the sip and sit.
I'm gonna assume Chili is not sleeping on the beach, and that does not sound like a
Yeah.
Chili thing to do.
Nope. Chili may have
Alright.
scouted for another victim to try and brand their face, you know, but
But
then
A
she
second
retired to her.
already? Okay.
I'm sorry. What?
Yeah, that's right. That did happen.
Let's be
I'm
honest.
sorry. Are we going around branding people now?
You don't know
Yeah.
about that.
Just random people?
I wouldn't say
Yeah.
branding exactly.
That's a
This
alright.
there's
That's a
some
very
Well, it
context.
feels like Chili is saying
You're-
branding, so
you're
I feel like
missing-
there's a disconnect.
There's a
You're missing the
there's some,
point.
there's some context that you have not heard yet. So, unfortunately, that's just the way it is. But she did that on her own. No one else followed her or showed any interest. And now you've all woken up, and you're all at the tavern, getting ready to go down to the shore, presumably. Right. So, is anyone else apprehensive about getting on a very large, strange ship?
Well, somewhat. But what's your taste of adventure?
It died almost 200 years ago.
Well, that's just sad.
Well, yes. So was meeting a beholder when I wasn't expecting one.
Touche, touche, my friend.
It was a good nap, though.
No, you've adapted. So, I am going to take my time and enjoy this meal. That's my plan.
Well, let's not tarry too long. We don't want them to pass us by.
Are you okay, Strip?
No, man's dying. Like 100% he's dead.
It's just a little bit of tea that went down the wrong tube. That's all it is.
I can mess with your tube.
You can try, but I've got some of that mouth numbing spray, so I don't know if you're gonna.
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
be able to accomplish.
I'm thinking about a
What?
different tube.
yeah, yeah.
All right. Well, okay. Different tube it is.
I
then.
mean,
I bet it still works. Whatever tube
I
it
bet
is.
you could try.
Probably.
I bet I can still make you feel something through the energy of the lines of cocaine.
what?
I'm so
What?
lost.
Oh, we're gonna have a whole bacchanal on Chili's wedding, aren't we?
Oh, yeah. Yes, we are.
I
Welcome
guess
to
we
the cult of Dionysus.
I actually just listened to that song, funnily enough.
It's such a good song.
It's so good.
Such a good song.
I like Lush Life quite a bit. But so yeah, it's
Sarah Larson?
Lush Life by the Orion Experience.
Oh.
You only listen to the
No,
one
I
song
only
by
know
them?
the one song, yeah. I don't follow artists, I just follow art.
Yeah.
Same.
It's not really about the lyrics. It's not really about the artist. It's just about the product. You're a purist.
I'm
a
a
purist.
product.
And how much you paid for it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you already know.
Zero.
You already know I got people in sales.
Good shit.
What?
You are no good at context clues, are you, sweetness? That's a
No,
shame.
I'm sorry. Sarcasm
shame.
goes like right above my head.
Oh, none of that was
Aw.
sarcasm. 100% of what we just said there was very literal.
We can play it while we do League when this is over, and you can hear the song. How's that? So,
Also, we're talking about having cocaine at Hannah's wedding.
What?
which would be internationally transporting an illegal substance, which would be great if you guys actually did that. I love
Actually, why wouldn't we just pick up cocaine while we're at Hannah's wedding?
Yeah, that's what I was planning on doing. Why the fuck would I bring it across the
Why would
border?
we bring it across the border?
Where's your plug in Indiana exactly?
Dude, it's not hard.
It's not that hard.
Okay.
It's a
alright,
really
okay.
You just
Not that
walk
hard.
around
You can
looking
you just
sketchy.
walk around at Hannah's wedding.
Yeah,
When is the wedding? Ooh.
I mean, she's already
I like
said
how
they
we're
got Hell's
talking
Angels
about-
contacts.
A plan that I'm not invited in because I totally understand. I'm like,
You
We
We don't
Her
even know when
wedding.
Hannah's wedding
You've
is
got,
happening.
you've got like a year to become her friend. You're fine.
at least.
Mm-hmm.
Billy, if you don't want to invite me, don't invite me. I'm dead serious.
You're
I gotta
really
figure out
selling
how to-
yourself there, huh?
I gotta figure
After
out
I
I'm
told
still
you you had
having
a
wedding.
year to get it together, you're like, oh, you don't have to invite me.
Honestly, if you really want to get on her good side, you gotta insult her for a couple of months and then apologize and stop, and then
That
just
seems awful.
every
I'm not
every
gonna
once
do
in a
that.
while, you just gotta go back at it for a couple hours and then stop.
You know how Striffy's coming to the wedding? He's gonna be
What?
sitting on +1 because he's actually not getting an invite.
There it is.
Wait, what happened to Lynn?
She doesn't.
So I guess
nobody
it's a
knows
+2?
her. Nobody knows her.
True, not
Is
wrong.
Lynn 21?
Is
Lynn is 22.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure the only person dating someone younger is me.
Oh.
I mean, she's
I
22 by a
guess-
couple
I-
months.
I'm pretty
I
sure
guess that's-
Failure's not bringing his girl toy to the wedding.
Well, then I
so
guess
I'll just
you're
be
gonna
his
be
passport.
Failure.
There you go.
Hey, I might.
You
know, you don't know.
They're official.
Yeah. It
Are
could
they
start,
not?
It could start.
Maybe
raining.
I want pussy when I'm in the U.S. You know.
And maybe you know.
Ooh,
Maybe it'll
I
start
can't believe you
raining
talked about your
meatballs.
lady that way. I'm sorry.
I've talked about Lynn that way to her face.
I talk about her that way to her face too. Crazy. Not
Like,
Lynn.
you're my
Oh my
girl
god.
toy.
Failure doesn't count when your dick's in her mouth and she can't speak.
Hey.
What?
She actually doesn't like my
Yes,
dick.
we're talking about how you're my girl
She's
toy.
got teeth. She could bite
What's
it
so
if she
bad
had a
about that?
problem.
True. She also has her safe word, which she can't really say
Right.
when that's happening. but-
Again, back to the teeth.
How many lemons do we have left?
Like 3.
Gross.
Okay, so not enough to make a cup of lemon juice, huh?
You could try.
We could just buy a bottle of lemon.
No.
That's
Alright,
not give you more
So,
lemons.
bringing around full circle. 15 minutes later.
Brian
yeah,
bumped
we
up the
did
numbers in my bank
D&D.
account, though. What?
The ending.
Oh, isn't it on Tuesdays?
Yes, hi, Lydia.
You remembered it was on Tuesdays.
Yeah, because it's my worst day, and you're always busy with D&D.
Wow.
Bye, Lydia. Hi, Lydia.
That's why he gives you 20
Kira
minutes
says hi.
before every session.
I need 6 days
Tell Kiara to come
and
over tomorrow.
21 hours of your
you
time.
can do that after.
That's not enough.
Okay. She probably heard me. Love you.
Mwah. Bye.
Lydia just texted
Gross. Okay, so we're done with that heteronormative crap. You all are finishing up breakfast at the Sip and Sit.
Yep.
Anything else? Or otherwise you can just head down. I'm not gonna force you to roleplay here.
I think we can skip to get to
Yeah,
the
let's
beach
head,
and
let's head down.
Okay, fine. So, you head down to the beach. There is a ship that is pulling up that I have a picture of. It's quite large. It looks like there's pretty much just been a castle that was built on top of it. And you don't see anything in the way of sails, but whoops. Nope. But it's clearly moving, so it's under power somehow. Alright, so who did that? Well, you think Gordon Ramsay naked is hot, huh? Alright.
No, I just felt like it was an appropriate response.
Okay. Alright, so there are no paddle wheels, and it does not sit that high, but otherwise, that's very close to what it looks like.
Got some cool greenery.
Right? Good shit.
That's pretty fucking hot. I think you could have kept the paddles, to be honest.
I don't like the paddles.
Did you Photoshop them out?
Not attractive. I
Oh, gosh.
I probably could have, yes. So could you. Why don't you do that now? So, there is a small crowd that is already gathered down by the docks. There's a couple of people that have rowed out like halfway. They obviously don't want to get too close.
They're halfway there.
They are. They're living on a prayer.
Living on a prayer.
There you go. The ship eventually stops. You watch an anchor drop. You watch a side door that's looks like it's right on the level with the water line opens up, and a almost like a barge comes out, and there is a humanoid on it that with slightly different proportions. It looks like one of his shoulders is larger than the other, and doesn't seem to have any trouble remaining stationary. As the ship gets closer, the barge rather, excuse me, as the barge-like ship gets closer, you recognize that it is a Warforged that is on board, just all by himself. No obvious means of propulsion for this either. And he makes his way, she, whatever, makes his way to the dock. There are some people, throughout the course of this, there are some older people who talk about this ship that has come. Again, it's been years, and they don't know much about it, but they remember it. Obviously, who could forget it?
Which one remembers?
Yeah, he is. There you go. So,
Sorry.
You
we
guys on
have-
speakerphone, just a heads up.
Cool. Ass and titties, lesbians, dykes, sex, hard cock.
Fucking god.
Okay, so that's rather what he looks like, but there's no.
Wait, he's pimping as fuck. What the
there's-
fuck?
There is no.
Debonair Blitzcrank!
Wow, it is not that.
Damn.
There's no smoke or steam or anything like that.
Aw.
So the top hat, right, and the cape.
Still everything else. Yes, still everything else.
Oh
Well,
my god, he got a little
teacup.
espresso.
No teacup,
Oh.
but
Same.
At least tell me this man has a cape and a monocle.
Sure, you have a cape and monocle. That's fine.
Oh yeah.
That doesn't bother me at all. He docks at the quay and steps off, and calmly, he's got a couple of books in book holsters and various pouches on a belt that goes around. No one seems to really want to get near him. He stands at the edge of the dock right before it comes into what would be land proper. Anyone want to take initiative?
Yeah,
Sure.
I'm gonna drop my jaw there and say, well, can't say I've ever seen that before.
Well, you've definitely seen Warforged, but
Well, the ship
but
and
not like
everything
that.
altogether.
okay,
Also, you know, the cape and monocle kind of got me a little
a bit.
flustered. Not gonna lie, you know.
He dapper.
He do be dapper.
All right, so he will look to the left, and then to the middle, and then to the right, and will give a slight bow. Greeting. Hello, all that have gathered here. I am Brigit. May I ask who is in charge?
That'd be us for now. And I'll kind of drag a couple of us forward.
Yeah, Vishariel doesn't take much prodding. He's a bit mystified, kind of like Cae'ter, I imagine.
I'm gonna nudge my cousin into the ribs.
Those were words. I didn't understand them,
You-
so if you could repeat them for me, that'd be amazing.
You nudge him in
Yeah.
the ribs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
For what point and purpose?
Out of annoyance.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
That's a good one. Yeah, I can see that. Okay. You watch as his eyes seem to become more like pinpoints rather than the full almond shape that they are. But then they revert back to almond shape. Acknowledgement. Thank you. You are the mayor of this particular village.
Oh my god, I want to keep him.
Temporarily, yes.
Tentative query. Is there someone here that you have designated to be the local quartermaster?
Actually, yes, this was settled. A
Rapid-
penitentiary was allocated.
Rapid retraction. Apologies. I have not quite made myself clear. I represent the LDS Excellent Company, which is the ship that you see behind me. I am seeking trade and or payment, or making payment, for product and services that are required.
Why? Do you happen to have a list of goods that you need?
Acknowledgement. Yes, I do have a list available for you to peruse at your leisure. Would you care to see it now?
Certainly.
Alright, let me pull up the list. Okay, so he reaches into the book and Briggert, Briggert, and pulls out and opens it so it's horizontal, and then turns it so that one half of the book is facing you, like one of the like the hardcover is facing you, and then he pulls it and it becomes more like a scroll.
Oh, fun.
That's peculiar
And you read that.
artifact.
You read that, which is which is not quite complete. The list does go on, but that is what you see to begin with.
Yeah, so we can't supply that.
Yeah, we can't supply any to that. I mean, fish. What kind of? He doesn't mean fish like food fish, does he?
Oh, wait. Is the last part our side, or is the first part our side?
All of it is your side. It does. It also covers what they are.
No.
willing-
In exchange. Is before or after in exchange our side of the agreement?
Before is your side, and then in exchange.
Oh yeah, no, fuck that.
In exchange, what they have to offer is money, fish, birds, stained glass.
Yeah, no, fuck that.
Then the list goes on.
I mean, I don't think I wouldn't mind any like 300 kilos of rendered chicken. I think that would be useful.
Yeah, you think we can do that after a siege?
Yeah, I think that I think we'd be lucky to find a kilo of rendered chicken.
Oh, I thought we were getting the chicken. My bad.
No, he's asking for us to sell him some chicken. We don't even have a chicken.
Okay, great.
Clarification. I do not require all of this at once. Any amount will be acceptable, of course.
Oh, that's a lot more reasonable. Okay, cool. Kaiter's gonna pat not the Jew. What was his name?
Aaron?
Your character's name keeps like switching, and I'm like, yeah, Aaron. I'm gonna pat Aaron's
It
back.
hasn't
and be like,
switched in a long time.
Look,
You
man,
keep switching it every 6 months, damn it!
I still see you as Dillon. Okay?
I was told that that was not allowed.
Dillon the dilettante.
I remember that conversation, actually.
I remember that conversation as well.
Either
I
way,
was
I'm gonna
told
pat
that
you
was
on the back.
illegal.
Bullshit,
say,
just copy
all
and
right.
paste.
You're the leader, right? I'm gonna wait for a response. Right? Right, okay. This
Quite.
is a you problem now. And I'm gonna walk right past you all onto the ship.
Onto the barge? Okay.
Yep.
He watches you walk onto the barge, rather curiously, and then
All smiles.
turns back. Sure. And then turns back to the main.
Do we need to-
the mayor?
I feel like we can get a pig, no problem.
I don't think we can get enough pig for
pig?
what he needs.
A
Oh,
pig
I don't
in a
think the
fish
amount
town.
matters. He's just trying to like top up some supplies, doesn't matter how much.
Okay,
Wait,
so
we should do-
we can cross
do
out the
these payments?
parchment. We don't have any marble around here.
Acknowledgement.
At least not that I know of. Lie, I think. Do we have did we see any mention of lie, Vishariel, on any of the logistics sheets?
I beg your pardon.
Lie?
Right. I'm sure they had some sort of cleaning element. That isn't soap, is it not? There should be some lie around.
Yes.
I imagine it was probably not more than 100.
Well. I'm regretting not having the villagers appoint a new leader at this point.
We did though. We gave it to Thrag.
Well,
That's something we did.
Frank needs the army.
Yeah, you gave him the army. You did not give him the town.
The occupying army?
Yes.
The army that is marching off.
No, the army's
Into
packing.
the distance.
The army's packing.
Yeah.
Up. It's gonna be days.
Wait, I thought
it's gonna be
you
days.
gave Thrag a city or something soon.
Thrag.
No, he's
plan-
gonna take over his city with
Yes.
the army
Oh.
that we left him.
Yes. He does
I
not.
see.
He does not want this particular village. He wants one of the cities that they already took.
Hey, good for him.
Because this village is piddling.
Barely a hammer.
One of the other 3 cities was quite large. I will say that.
And now we will never know because we're going off on a ship to fucking nowhere.
You could
Oh my
overrule.
God.
You can
That's
overrule
it.
Aaron if you
Mercenaries.
want. Doesn't bother me.
Nah, I don't really care. I've got my own shit going
He
on, but
said
I don't really
after
need to be
complaining.
anywhere. Oh no, I'm just here to stir shit.
You're such a professional.
I know, right?
Right. Well, I'll circulate this list. See what we have in stock, what we can purchase. Are you perhaps accepting passage?
Apologetic response. Visitors and temporary guests are prohibited by order of the nobility that currently resides on board of the LDS Excellent Company.
I'll chirp up at this point. How much is property here?
You mean on the? You're talking about on the ship?
Yep. I assume it's like a colony, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we could probably buy property.
Explanation. I am sorry to have to inform you that unless you have a certified pedigree of nobility or royalty, that you are not permitted on board the ship at all.
Shit, that's me.
Crazy how that works out.
Well, I'm certain that any nobles would require their entourage. Yes?
I'm gonna go ahead and whisper to my cousin, be like, do you think my family seal of would be unusual?
Don't remember.
measured response. There is an allowance for servants and other members of an entourage, of course. We do not expect you to rough it upon the high seas without some measure of personal comfort.
Right. Then would a signet ring provide sufficient proof of lineage?
It, whoops.
Kind of responses, it's true. I really like the voice. I'm sorry, I just really like the voice.
It is really good.
Thank you. Answer. A signet ring would be a large part of the required information to ascertain your pedigree and lineage, yes.
What other information would you need to know?
House name, response. House, bloodline, location. Need to verify these sorts of claims with what we have currently on our own records.
How far back do your records date?
Hesitant reply. If you give me 1 moment, and I shall check that for you. He goes back into a different book, opens it horizontally, turns it quarter turn, opens it up, but you can't see through this one like you could on the first one.
Aren't I behind him?
Yes, you are.
Cool.
You could make a perception check if you really wanted to, but
Oh, I really do, though.
okay. I'm going to make a perception check because it's moving quickly and you're not exactly at the optimum distance.
A deception. Let's just keep this between ourselves, shall we?
Oh my goodness.
Let's just keep this between ourselves, shall we? I said that before I rolled. I would
It's
like
true.
to state that. I said
Did
that
in
before
fact.
I rolled.
Did in fact.
How
Okay.
bad? Is it that bad?
It's
Yeah,
no.
it's not the best, bro. It's not the best.
Why even
Well-
bother to say that when I'm gonna give a big response?
Okay, fair play. Yeah, I rolled a nat 20.
It's gonna. There you go. So you catch large snippets. Not everything, because this is meant to scroll past at a speed that a Warforged can read, not an organic.
Yeah, processing difference.
But yes, you see general rules for taking on guests and requirements that must be met, financial, lineage, good standing, and then room and board to keep anyone who might be at war with someone else on the other side of the ship or something like that to mitigate sorts of problems.
That's fair.
It's quite a list. Anyways, and you also see, which he's about to say, answer. We have records dating back 2,153 years until the Pretender Wars, at which point records do become quite spotty.
Did they have anything on the marches? Because I'm guessing they have a lot on the Dross League lands.
There's stuff for the marches. There are noble houses in the marches. Absolutely. They're not remotely close to how the Dross League land operate, but they are still recognized noble houses, yes.
Okay, so I'm guessing we don't. This is a little bit out of character. This is more set up thing, so I just kind of want to run this by him. I'm guessing you probably don't want to say, "Hey, yeah, check me against this house that I was excommunicated from," right?
I was not excommunicated, actually.
Oh, you weren't? It was just your cousin.
My cousin got
Wait.
sent to a boarding school for her deviant sexual urges.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Ah, well, you all have fun with this.
I'm not excommunicated. I just ran the fuck away, so I don't really know what happened. And how recent, or how up to date are they? Since they are clearly very extensive.
Explanation. They are no more than 10 years out of date.
Perfect. Ran away 5 years ago. Let's go. Hopefully this works. Okay, can I lean in and whisper to him?
In front of everyone? Sure, you can do that.
Sure. I will slip my hand into my shirt and pull out my focus, which has my signet ring just on the same band.
Mhm.
And I will whisper my house name and my position to him.
Okay.
And I'll lean back and go, is that sufficient? Sufficient?
He looks at the signet ring.
Do you require blood, perhaps?
Bless your heart, Failure.
Well, you know, you can't blame them for trying.
You can definitely hear sounds. I'll give you that.
Yeah, thank you.
So, you watch as the Warforged fellow tilts his head. Polite decline. Blood is not required, nor necessary, nor desired for someone who may be of noble lineage to have such an invasive procedure performed upon them. Looking at your signet ring, as well as the house name, I will confer with my records. If you would please but wait a moment. And he'll his book scroll that he has, he'll let go of the top half, which stays up, and then he'll scroll around, left, right, up, down, all kinds of things, until he does in fact find the name that you said to him. Ah, yes, House Roth. Mr. Aaron. It is a pleasure to meet you. My goodness, how you've grown. So, he closes the book. You are, of course, welcome on board. How long will you be staying with us?
I'm not quite sure yet. I am on a, shall we call it a coming-of-age journey, and wish to see the world, and this opportunity to travel the high seas with my entourage could simply not be... Shh, stop it. I elbow you as you protest, because I simply could not miss it.
Exaltation. Excellent. It's wonderful to see people getting out and about these days. There seems to be a distinct lack of shoreline activity and dynamism. So, I am going to... and you are also the mayor of this city. You certainly have built yourself up into something of report.
Oh, temporarily. For the good of the people, of course.
Acknowledgement. I shall understand that this is a temporary measure, as you are about to engage with the rest of us. As for the supplies, I would be happy to wait upon them, and I will fetch the correct sloop for traveling with one such as yourself back to board the ship. If that is acceptable, I'm sure you have things to gather as well.
Perfectly. I will warn you that we are exiting a siege, and as such are lacking in a lot of basic supplies that would otherwise be available to us. I'm not sure how much of your list we can fulfill.
Acknowledgement. I'd be very happy with anything that you manage to provide, sir.
Well, as long as you're aware.
Acknowledgement. This has been noted, and I shall endeavor to find another stop along the way, which may be able to provide us with more supplies.
Wonderful. Perhaps How long do you think it will take you to get your sloop out here? We can go gather our things and see about paying these townsfolk for whatever supplies they can acquire.
Response. It should only take me a matter of a few moments. The sloop is always ready to depart to offload or unload guests. It would be ideal, I believe, in the sense of efficiency, for me to wait here with the supply barge until the supplies are put on, and then I will go back and retrieve the sloop for you and your esteemed company.
Oh, well, in that case, let me converse with these fine folk and ask them what they can provide for more than fair price. And I say that part quite loudly.
He gives a
Wait, it's just us, right?
slight bow, and
No, there was a crowd that we walked out.
Oh, there was a crowd? Okay.
there was a small crowd, mostly of people who weren't busy or scared, and specifically older people who remember the last time the ship came in. So yes, there's a small crowd.
Cool.
All right.
Can I converse with them while the others do whatever they gotta do? And
Oh, well, Shariel is biting off his own arm, waiting to talk to you. But as for everyone else, I don't know what they're doing. But sure, you can speak to the crowd.
I never exited the barge.
That's true. The barge is not moved.
Oh, I see. That is
You're just standing on the barge, which is why Mr. Briggard didn't give a single flying fuck.
Motherfucker!
I was wondering if he would let you do that. I don't. Unless you think it's important to roleplay it, I can take Vishariel along with me as I try to gather up what I can of those supplies that he has on his list. I admit that it can't be much, and also inform them that I'm leaving and that the army is leaving and that their fate is in their hands. Because I've made enough speeches in this campaign to last a fucking lifetime.
Okay. Aaron makes his bit of information that is definitely in no way a speech, and begins to leave with Vishariel. What is everyone else doing?
I'm gonna chat up the robot.
Okay, that's a start. I'll give a chance for the other two who have been quieter.
I'm scouting the crowd.
4.
Weak and innocence.
Well, a lot of these folks are older. There's plenty of old heads with gray hairs in them. They're
Wonderful. Do they look rich or poor? Middle?
None of them look rich. I can assure you that.
Cool. Can I... Oh, we're allowed onto the ship at this point, yeah?
You're allowed onto the barge.
Sure.
Which you know is temporary, because once the supplies get there, you're the first ones off.
Can I, like, kind of just mosey around, just kind of see if there's, like, hidey holes or, like, closets,
The barge?
you know? Yeah.
No, it's just a barge. It's just a flat ship. There's like barely even a keel. There's no keel, I should say.
Lame. Well, I guess I'll just, stand around
Start
and
killing
wait
people.
for-
Okay.
What, not gonna brand
I know.
anyone?
You should start offering free tattoo services and just like start smacking people with the pommel.
I mean, if they fell
Okay.
asleep, you had to wake them up.
There are some kids you could probably, you know.
Start them young.
Yeah, lure off.
Do I
Jesus
have
fuck.
stuff? Though? Where would I get ink stuff? Or, like, you know.
No, I'm saying, Chili, you sweet thing. I'm saying offer tattoos, but then smack them with the brand. I'm not saying actually tattoo them.
Temporary tattoos until they die.
Yes.
So can I, like,
Please
They're
don't
like-
start doing that.
why?
Please
You
don't put us all
literally
in that
gave her the
position.
idea. You
It was
gave
a
it to her,
joke.
bro.
It was a joke.
If you engage in violence in front of Brickard, he may not let you on board the ship. I'll say that much. If you want to try
Brigger,
and
can I,
make it stuffy.
You know what's sad is that you had to say that.
Yeah.
That's the
You know
sad
what's
part.
even more sad?
Short vision.
can I, like,
Okay.
offer my services to, like, do a quick search in case anybody tried to stow away while we're waiting for supplies?
Alright, I'm concerned you don't understand what a barge looks like, so I'm gonna find you a picture.
I don't know what a barge is either.
Okay, well, I guess you both
So.
need a picture then. It's motherfucking flat. There's nowhere to hide. There's no closet. There's nothing. It's just...
Well, then how does the ship run? Is there, like, a
If
cabin?
The ship
like,
is
That was the
parked
entire thing
all
of this
the
part.
fucking way back there. You can't bring a ship into shore. It'll ground itself and then it'll get stuck.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So you use a smaller boat, like a dinghy or a barge or whatever,
Francesca, no
to
more
go from
blue.
there to the
It's
shore.
ridiculous.
Are you saying that this town does not have a dry dock?
This town does not have a dry dock.
whoa!
It's got facilities to repair fishing boats, and that's it.
That's definitely, like, not flat. That's, like, got holes, like, where things can be stashed.
Oh no!
Just
Chili
imagine being flat,
is fucking flat.
like full of wood.
This
And
is
there's
a
nothing on
modern
it.
barge. Okay, I don't have a picture of an ancient barge, but it's just gonna be the flat part. If you're gonna
Okay.
start picking holes in it, I'm gonna start picking holes in your character. So maybe you don't do that. Okay, here's a better one actually, except for the part that's aluminum.
Except for the part that's aluminum.
Except for the part where it is aluminum, this would be more accurate. There.
It's all aluminum. What do you mean?
Shut it. No, the stuff on it's not aluminum. I don't know.
Bruh.
Whatever. I'm not.
Signore, por favor.
Signore. Basta.
Oh, wow.
You bring
So
all your
it's gonna
stuff with you? Because
I do have my stuff,
okay.
because I don't have much. So I'm kind of looking around. Shit, I did this. Let's see all the
All right, what are you doing, Britt?
I'm just gonna like not skip, but like catch up to my cousin and see if he needs any help in like the gathering of the things.
Okay. All right. So while Chili's figuring out what she wants to do, what do you want us to talk to Briggert about?
Alright, so first I want to figure out who to bribe when I get on board.
Okay. What does that sound like?
Can I assist in the conversation? As
No, no,
Sure.
wait, chill. I was kidding. I'm not gonna outright ask him who the fuck to bribe.
That's why I was
Why
asking what
not?
that sounds like, because I want to see how
Tell me
he's
about
going to
the
be
captain.
subtle about it.
Ask about the captain or something, you know? Like, you
No. You wouldn't. I wouldn't go to the captain though. See, that would
You
just be
don't
getting
bribe the
myself into
captain.
trouble. You bribe the people under him that he doesn't supervise that well,
Yes.
like the first mate or the
or corrupt
bosun.
as fuck. No, because those people, it's very easy to tell if they're corrupt as fuck. Now they can still be corrupt as fuck, but they would probably also go through their subordinates.
These are life skills we're learning here.
What
They
about
are,
the
yeah.
bosuns? Like bosuns.
I don't even know what that means.
Briggert is a bosun.
Ew.
So, Brigger.
Bosun is a quartermaster.
I see. So, Brigger.
Answer. Yes, sir. What can I do for you?
I was a little bit curious, considering we're going to spend an, well, unnamed amount of time traveling together. Less traveling, more sailing. One and the same. What's the form of authority on the ship? I'm sorry. Did I really put you on the spot there?
No, I couldn't think of the word that I wanted that started with an R. But
Oh,
so
okay.
I'm just using explanation instead for his speech conditionals. Explanation.
Response?
No, it was something. Whatever. It doesn't matter. I'll figure it out later. Explanation. The majority of our passengers hold relatively equal rank, with the exception of a few marquises. There is a captain who is named Gino52 Chiliad. He is a warforged, like myself. And there is staff that he has for running the ship as well. However, the guests, passengers, are rather allowed to do quite a bit of their own free will, due to their excellent and reputable lineage. There is very little in the way of established hierarchy outside of the running of the Excellent Company.
So there's never been a dispute that needs to be settled by a higher authority?
Answer. Very rarely has an issue occurred that has required any sort of arbitration by the captain itself. Nobles often have their own ways of dealing with things, whether it be a supervised duel or perhaps writing out a statement of accords that perhaps this part of the ship shall be occupied by members of Side A until afternoon, and at which point Side B has access to it. There are lots of ways with which to resolve any sort of conflicts without bringing in oversight or interruption from the
Blood or ink? Got it.
captain.
Actually, on the subject of higher authorities, are there any houses of nobility with ties to divinity on board? Perhaps a religious sect of sorts, if you will. Is there a church that I could raid? I mean, investigate.
Measured response. There are several families on board which have strong religious ties. I am not privy to exactly the nature of those ties. However, there are multiple deities which they could be serving, and some of them have very strong ties with the Church of the Pantheon.
Oh, perfect. Could I get a name?
Gentle apology. I'm sorry, I am disinclined to give you information as to the names of individuals, and on top of that, I would need something a bit more...
it doesn't have to be an individual. It can just be, I'm gonna produce my fucking, what's it called? Incantation band. And say, I'd like a peaceful place, a bit of serenity to practice my own beliefs. And I was wondering if I could find a house to accommodate me.
His eyes once again go from the almond shape into more points as he looks at your band, and then back to almond shape. Response. I am certain that we are able to accommodate you in your distinct religious beliefs. We do have a non-denominational chapel for you, should you wish to utilize it.
It would be a wonderful place, thank you.
Of course, sir.
Oh, last question. Are all of the captain's staff warforged?
Answer. A very high percentage of them are warforged. There are several the more mechanically and arcane familiar races, such as gnomes and dwarves, who are part of the engineering element of this ship, as well as a few less... pardon me, that's not what I wanted to say at all. Please forget that part. There are a few golems, which also serve on the crew to perform routine tasks.
Wonderful. Actually, My family has a lot to pay to. Can I do a quick religion check to see if I can name the god of that would be like most prevalent to dwarves?
To dwarves. You can make a religion check, sure. For
This is -1. Let's go. Nope. Oh, there goes that try.
you know, for the life of you, you can't think of the name you want.
The name eludes me. I'm sorry. I was trapped by a beholder for 200 years. My memory's still a little foggy. I am confident that the highest placed dwarf aboard this ship, of course, under the staff of, well, under your captain's staff, could use a little something to, celebrate the rekindling of this connection between whomever it may be that they choose and my Lady of the Fortune and Convalescence. Could you perhaps see to it that a gift could arrive to him?
Acknowledgement. I would be more than capable and happy to provide any sort of gift services to you.
Great. I'm gonna put 500 gold in his hands,
Okay.
or well, in a pouch, but like you know what I mean.
Right. Alright, he looks at it, he opens it up, his eyes go pinpoint again, and then back to Almond. This is a very generous amount. I'm sure they
This is a way of saying hello.
treasured. Yes, of course. We thank you all very much for your gift, and it shall be remembered in the future. I will make sure this is delivered to Captain Gino 52 Chiliad. You have my word.
Hey! I said the fucking dwarf! I said the fucking dwarf!
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. You said the dwarf.
Oh, thank fuck. I was like, I just fucked myself.
Yeah. Okay. I will make sure this is delivered to Chief Engineer Thorgrim. As soon as
Perfect.
we
Chief
return.
Engineer Thorgrim. I've got my name.
Orgrim Grudge Bearer.
Yeah. I screwed that up because I misheard him or forgot he said it. Whatever. I don't know. All right. So we'll return to. Whoops.
Actually, it's cool. That should be
Aaron.
500, not 5k.
Aaron and his two party members who start walking off.
Well, walking off, kind of chatting with some people, asking for any knowledge that I can possibly pick up.
Yeah, so there are a couple of warehouses that you're given directions to. And obviously people have no idea what's in there anymore after everything that's happened. But those are your best bets. So I assume you're going to go that over there to find it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And if Vashario has any questions, as he seems to maybe perhaps have.
Excuse me, what exactly has transpired here?
I'm certain I don't know what you're talking about, friend.
I'm certain I'm talking about the part where he said no, and then you talked to him and he said yes.
Oh, right. Well, he simply required evidence of proper lineage, which I happen to have on hand.
Because you are of proper lineage?
In certain circles, I prefer to get by on my own merits most of the time.
Why would you not? Alright, I can understand why not, I suppose. I would have liked to have known about this beforehand.
Well, I did say earlier that I had experience managing large groups of people, such as houses.
Yes, right. That is not specific enough, but so you're gaining us passage onto this ship, and we are your servants for this purpose?
Well, I couldn't care less what you do. I just couldn't think of any other way to get you on the ship. If you hold so tightly to your freeman status, then I guess you could remain here. I would even nominate you mayor, my friend. Although, how that would work out after we left, I'm not so sure.
I don't think I shall be well received here, but it is tempting to be mayor of a village. Alright. Brittany, did you know about any of this?
Know about what specifically?
About your cousin's sway? Gravitas?
I mean, I am his cousin, aren't I? We come from the same family.
Right, yes. So the answer is yes.
And I think we would both appreciate discretion
Do you...
regarding the matter of lineage.
How
No?
much gravitas do you hold? Which one of you outranks the other?
We never discussed it.
Well, I always just assumed that you were like the black sheep that got kicked out because,
No!
boarding school and all that.
Okay, well,
And
we
also
don't say-
medieval xenophobia.
Wait, what? Medieval what?
Or is it homophobia? It would be more homophobia.
Yeah,
Definitely
homophobia.
that.
Yeah, my bad.
But like, I'm still like an heiress though. That's what it says in my notes.
An heiress to a marquise would still outrank the heiress to a duke or a baron.
I guess so. I wrote down feudal sheep lords. I'm not quite sure what this.
Okay, so you're a lady. So you're the lords and ladies. Okay.
There you go.
Alright, so which one of you outranks the other?
Was that you were part of a branch family and of
Wait, don't make shit up.
I am not. I think we've established that my memory is better than yours in this particular scenario. Not to be throwing shade.
You know, if you had given me your backstory like I asked, I'd be able to help you out on this. But
Oh shit!
you still
I
haven't.
completely fucked up.
Yeah. Anyways.
Honestly, let's just say of like equal.
Okay, you can say equal. That's... He doesn't know any different. I can tell you that much.
My cousin and I are partners in this venture, if you make it that way, you will.
It is... very well. I can understand equality among nobles. It's certainly an issue of station. Right. So... supplies. Get on board with that. What... I'm feeling a bit out of my depth.
Oh, never fear. It shouldn't really have any impact on our relationship as it is. Simply just another tool at our disposal.
Alright, so, you managed to get to a couple of warehouses, and let's see, what do we got
Are
here?
we both having showered in 3 days?
You can get... Bless your heart. Maybe all told, you'd be able to get maybe like 80 kilos of lye out of the city. Maybe 50 kilos of rendered fat, various. You might be able to get it 1 gem. I can roll
I
for
can
it
lick.
if you care.
I can lick the ground. I can lick the
yeah.
dirt.
Mazikeen can start licking rocks again. Yeah, that'll be great.
Oh boy.
There'll be. There'll be a
Why
few,
is Mazikeen licking rocks?
because that's what Raugum did.
She can.
Oh, Raugum.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
that's
can-
right. I
you-
forgot.
You can get a few panes of glass as well. They have a few left over. That's basically like their emergency stock. But you can get a few kilos of those.
Wait, okay.
Anti-allergy potion. Oh my goodness. Okay, go ahead.
So we just need to get like either 40 sheaves of parchment or
Yes.
16, or do we need to get
No,
all of these things?
any or like if we can get anything, he'll pay us for it.
I've never traded
Right?
anything
It's what
in
he
life.
needs.
All of that is what they need.
Sure.
Whatever you can give them. There you go.
Cool.
Tonatan parchment is very high end.
Would not find that here high end.
That's like almost what mages would use to write spells on. It's very fine. There's not going to be anything like that here. You can, if you want to try and get some and try and pass it off, that's on you. But they're
Nah.
not going to have any. That's like a combination of parchment and vellum. It's designed to last a very long
Okay.
time for if you get into like trade agreements or paperwork denoting lordship, things like that. Like if you get
Yes,
if
yes.
you give a plot of
Inheritance,
land, yes.
wills.
If a king gave a plot of land to a noble, they would write that bequeathment
Ah.
upon Tonatan parchment.
I like the word bequeathment. Yes.
Verily, 'tis an ideal word for such endeavors.
Yeah.
Ideal. Which apparently, anyways. So, all right. So you managed to find a few things. It takes you like maybe 2 hours. Plus you have to get people to transport it. But eventually you do. Bosun Brigert will take it back to the Excellent Company, and then he will return with the sloop. You are all easily able to board the miniature yacht and make your way into the ship itself. Let's see here. You are presumably you will be directed upstairs through a lift to check in officially, quote unquote, since he is technically just a just a bosun. Coming out, you see you're on the top deck. You see the railing, and looking to your left, you'll see very close to that, as the main part, the apartment complex, the city. You've seen several golems and warforged. You've not seen anyone else. And there is topiary, which I have pictures of as well. That is being tended to. There you go.
Are there any other guests of note that it would behoove me to be aware of? Pay my respects.
So Brigard is just the bosun. He directed you
Okay.
upstairs. If you want to grab another servant, that's fine. You can ask him. Which I have a picture for that too. So excited I get to have all my pictures.
Oh my god.
I guess I can ask the captain because he would know, right? Is that who we're going to greet? Or sorry.
You don't have to talk to the captain about it. There'll be someone to meet you. We'll just say it that way. It'll be another Warforged. Greetings. I am told you are the new guests for our excellent company.
I'm gonna nudge
Yes.
my cousin again in the ribs. Make him speak.
Yes, of course. I'm sorry for my distraction. I was simply admiring the architecture. It's quite stunning.
Ah, yes. I'm glad to hear that you like it. It's based off of some of the northeastern Drost League lands, mansions, and chateaus.
Yeah, baby.
I thought something seemed familiar.
So, you are Lord Aaron Roth, correct?
Yes, that's right.
And may I crave the names of the rest of your entourage?
Right, well, I'll allow them to introduce themselves, actually.
Who's going first?
And who's going to introduce themselves?
Well, this would be
Right, well,
Cae'ter.
no one.
Well, if
This
I'm
is-
being pushed forward.
This would be Cae'ter of House.
Okay, doesn't
Now I'm
have
just
to
gonna
have a
stare
house.
at you. No, please do go on. I'd love to hear your understanding of the marches and how they work.
Well, this is Cae'ter. I'll let you explain more. This would be Mazikeen, and I am myself Britnei.
That's pronounced Britnei to you, though.
And I'm Vashariel. That's a
Yes,
skipping.
and this is Vashariel,
reason.
our
Lady indeed. Mm-hmm. Right. Excellent. I shall take these names. I trust. Matter of fact, he'll ask for proper spelling, all that. Very well. You are part of the Roth party. Will you be requiring a room for all, or shall you be sharing one of the larger apartments?
Well, I don't really fancy sharing the same bed as my cousin or any of these fine ladies.
I'm certain he
gentlemen,
meant
so-
a suite
Okay.
or single rooms, cousin.
Well, there are multiple bedrooms in an apartment.
Yes,
But
I
if
think
you
we
don't-
can.
Yes.
I think we can simply take our own rooms, unless anybody is in favor of sharing one apartment.
I'm gonna look at Maze.
I don't want to share with them.
Okay. Well, we're not sure. Good, that means I'm unsupervised.
Excellent. I shall look at the manifest and make an attempt to find apartments that are conveniently located to each other.
Right. I did, on that note, have some discreet inquiries to make. I was simply wondering, for the purposes of propriety, if there were any important figures of note on the ship that I should present my respects to in person.
Ah, yes. There are some who are a bit higher up. I suppose if you would like to accommodate yourself, introductions can of course be made. We can do those, but if you happen to have a common acquaintance of sorts, that would be preferable to simply the staff making introductions. So we do have a General Tomfar who has chosen to retire here with us. We have a Baroness DeMarco, who has been traveling us for several years, and after a marital dispute of sorts, is all I'm really at liberty to say. We have a shall we say, noble who was asked to leave from the symposium. He still holds quite a bit of sway, but he is Cacophon. These are rather the larger names. There are quite a collection of other folks who are powerful within their own right, and lineage and pedigree, of course, but those are the ones that we are proud to transport with us today.
What an eclectic collection of names. No one I can immediately think of approaching, but I thank you anyways.
Yes, of course. Since you are of House Roth, I will tell you that one of your, suppose, alliances?
My eyes will widen a little bit at that.
Is traveling with us as well. The Lady Shuvan is here. I understand that you and your house have quite a lot of dealings with her. Should you ever wish to meet with her, we can, of course, extend an invitation.
Okay, player to DM.
Mm-hmm.
How, like, what? Who is this? What is
All right,
just like a quick tiny overview.
So, Pride and Prejudice, Charlotte Lucas is basically what she is.
I have not read Pride and Prejudice, which
really?
I know outs me as an uncultured
really?
swine.
Really?
Okay.
Okay, so Elizabeth has a friend. Her name is Charlotte Lucas. They are relative equals. Charlotte Lucas is the one that marries her cousin, and it has a very funny side story with him, as far as I'm concerned. But in any case, they're not of the same house or anything like that. They're not related. They're just people who have built a bond over time. And if you want to say that there's been like trading partners, or you've both helped each other out when the house was in trouble or anything like that, it's a bit more on that side. She's been friends with your parents first.
Okay, that's all I needed to know.
Okay, sure. There you go. She's an unofficial aunt. How about that?
Yeah.
That's better.
How wonderful. I would prefer to perhaps stay out of her way. Yeah, she's been trying to marry me off to one of her daughters for quite a while, and you understand, I enjoy my freedom for the moment.
Of course, it is entirely your own preference for that. No one is forcing you to do anything.
I appreciate how accommodating you've been. Thank you.
Of course. If there's nothing else from anyone, I shall begin finding your arrangements. I will send a page when I have found them, and you can come inspect them.
Wonderful. And we are free to explore the ship in the meantime?
Yes, of course. You have been logged, and you have a run of the ship.
Well then, unless anybody else has any concerns.
Any places we cannot go?
Nothing is strictly restricted. Haha.
Aha, yes. Quite
Ah,
funny.
ah,
Not necessarily a pun, but you know what I mean.
There are places where there are visiting hours, such as the bridge and the engine room, but
And what would the visiting hours for the engine room be?
all frown at Cae'ter, like,
from after lunchtime until dinner time is
wonderful.
Are the visiting hours.
It's quite the marvel of technology, and I assume a bit of magic. I'm curious about how it runs. Do you want me to roll deception?
No, he's not suspicious of you at all.
Okay, but what about the other person eyeing me up and down?
Sounds like you might want to do that for his sake. Yes.
Just a moment. Someone's at the door.
If he's gonna,
I roll shit.
if he's gonna, whatever it is, insight you. That's comfortably above average.
Comfortably above average, but he also has a +9 to perception. No, actually perception.
no, I don't have
Wisdom.
+9 to perception.
Charisma.
I have,
It's insight.
insight.
yeah, it's insight.
Oh
What's
shit.
insight? Ooh. Alright, I guess we're gonna talk a little bit later, huh?
Yeah, sure. I'm just confused.
Yeah, you can bring it up to me if you want.
I don't think
Or
he,
you could just not. You
I
could
don't
also
think-
just not.
I don't think he assumes the worst.
I don't tend to.
Yeah. Right.
I said hello to someone,
Yeah,
and now
really.
I'm gonna go say hello in person.
He's trying to sleep with him. Alright, so.
You don't know that.
Yeah. Alright, so, the servant goes off to begin procuring apartments for all of you. And you are on the deck. The very large, expansive, topiary-covered deck with the white railing and stone pavement.
Not much better, so you can move next to Jesus.
It's a very nice day.
Well, this is idyllic. I must say, I'm impressed.
I'm gonna look around a little. Are there any people like roaming about the streets?
There is no one that is not a golem or a whatever it is. Warforged.
Can we go say a few hellos? We don't know who our neighbors are yet, but it's always nice to make introductions.
Oh, right. Yes, we probably should do that. Aaron's discomfort seems to have increased since the conversation about his supposed
Making
allies. Yeah.
Oh. Of course. Hey, I mean, there are solutions to that if you want to not show your face, but I suggest we don't take that because it would be more funny.
For us, by the way.
Yeah, for us. Less so for you, but for us it would be more funny.
I'd rather take a look off the. But it's not the bow. It's the. Why my brain's farting?
Easy.
Perhaps the stern?
Is it the stern?
I don't know.
Just say the back or the front, and we'll get you to where you need to go from there.
Because the bow is the front.
It is the stern. It is the stern. Okay, yeah.
All right.
I think I'd rather take a gander off the stern as we leave.
Ah, yes. Watch everything fade away slowly.
It never gets old.
I'm pretty sick of it, and I'm gonna head deeper in.
You're going into the apartments complex.
I thought we didn't have an apartment complex assigned to us yet.
Well, no, you don't have one, but there's still the apartment complex that sits in the middle of the ship. Like it's not just apartments. There are restaurants and shopping. The bridge is located there. It's a whole big complex. That's I just shortened it. You're going into the city that's on the ship. Okay.
I'm going in.
Okay. All right. So Cae'ter begins going into the city on the ship.
So there are two people heading opposite directions. Choose what you want to do.
Well, right now you're going the same direction, but yes.
Oh, are we?
Yes. You came
heading
out
opposite destinations.
You came out on the starboard bow, out of the lift.
So we're all just going in a little bit deeper, and then he's going to turn left or right.
He's going to
wait, starboard.
Probably,
which one's?
I assume walk around. He could walk through. I don't know what he's doing, but Vasharia will follow, absolutely in awe of pretty much everything. Brittany's muted. So what are you doing, Chills?
Going with Cae'ter.
Okay, you're following Cae'ter.
Mm-hmm.
D-U-N. Oh, hey, Britt. Okay, bye, Britt. Oh, hi, Britt.
I'm here.
All right. All right. Did you hear everything?
I was eating some soup and mildly distracted by Sebastian. But yes, we need to pick to either go to the apartments or to.
Well, no, that's just where people. That's just where people are going. You can go wherever you want.
Wait, hold up. Are we still on speaker?
No.
Can you put me on speaker for a sec?
Oh God.
I promise to be nice.
You're not nice.
I am nice though. I can. Well, I'm kind. I'm less nice. You're right. You're right. I promise I will only slightly hit on your boyfriend.
He doesn't
that's
flip
not
that
bad.
way.
That is not what we're. That. Okay. Whatever.
Okay, fine.
Whatever.
But yes, if you have something to say, let me know and I'll pass it on.
Oh, okay, yeah. Can you tell him from me, specifically from me, and actually, you don't know my full name.
From the guy named Failure.
From the guy named Failure. Can you tell him to stop looking so goddamn sexy this Sunday night for the makeup D&D session?
Dear Lord.
You heard me.
I'm be myself.
I don't think she's gonna do what you want her to do.
I don't think so either, but you know what?
I gotta tell you, going off of this, I don't think she's gonna do what you want to do.
Oh dear. But yeah, I'll tell him that you think he's sexy, for sure.
No. I feel like you've misunderstood the purpose of what I'm saying.
Oh boy.
Maybe.
I need him to know that he is constantly sexy. I need him to turn it down a little bit. You know, I need him to know it is a prevalent theme in his being. That he is defined by his sex appeal a little bit to me.
Okay.
I don't really know what the fuck I'm saying anymore. Just saying words now. Alright, sorry, D&D, yes, what were we saying?
What were we saying? Alright, so, Cae'ter and Mazikeen are going into the city that's on the ship. And Aaron and Vashariel are going to the back. I don't know where Brittany's going, but she's just gonna figure it out as she goes. So
yeah, I'm gonna go to the city in the end.
Okay. Sheesh. Okay.
Bob?
So walking into yes. This is a little bit smaller of a version, but that is the foyer that when you enter into the city itself. There are, of course, signage. There is, of course, signage to go to the shops or go to the apartments or restaurants. There's lots and lots of signs. I assume you're gonna try and go up. You want to go to the engine room?
Not yet. I'm gonna leave that for a bit.
Okay.
Make my introductions fit you a little first, and then I'll say hi.
To who?
Just around.
Okay, just around. Okay. You begin walking.
It's a little weird because I'm gonna have to start every I'm gonna have to front load every conversation with yes, we're not currently accompanied by our young lord. But you know,
I'll make you mean young master?
Actually, no. Master is reserved for me.
Ooh,
Oh,
this is quite the
That was a Lucia joke that went over your head.
No, it was not. It's just
Oh, it didn't go over yet. Okay, never mind.
no. I just chose to go the other route, bro.
He made a hard left. That's just how it is. Okay, so both of you give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh boy.
Ah, that's fun. That's one of my worst stats.
That's you too, Chili.
Hey, nice.
Nice. All right.
wait, do I need to as well?
Did you go inside with them?
I went into the city, yeah.
Okay, then you need to give me one as well. Cyanide, are you going around or are you going into the city?
No, I'm going along the railing of the ship.
Okay.
Click
Alright,
on
so
this one.
while we're waiting for those two... Alright, there's another one. Alright, so you three begin walking about. That's not
Actually, I think I've taken that joke far enough. I'm not going to send that next part.
Oh, but dude,
Restraint. That's different.
Nope, that's not right. That's not right. That's not
No,
right.
no, it's not. Failure showing restraint? What is this?
Yeah, who are you?
you want my soup?
What are those?
Nope. Alright, I'll just use this because that's just how it has to be. Do-do-do-do.
Oh, Chills is the one that's muted right now.
I assume so-and-so got home and is not happy, whatever, like I said.
Ah, yes. The big meeting was today.
There we go. Okay. If it does what I want it to. I guess.
Fanciful music.
Das ist gut.
Das ist gut.
Right. So you walk in. There are plenty of... There are some little, let's call them kiosks, where it looks like it's basically a modern-day information booth. There are warforged in tuxedos. There are golems who are painted up very intricately to look like they have ivy or maybe like sacred geometry on them. As you walk about, whichever direction you choose to go, there is the soft playing of orchestral music.
Oh, yeah.
And you occasionally get the whiff of food being made. And the floor itself feels almost like it rises to meet you and cushions your steps. But you look down and it looks just like marble.
Ooh.
But
I'm good.
you do not see anyone else.
Ah. So just golems.
Mm-hmm.
And Warforged.
Yes,
You know,
yes,
we can't discriminate. Warforged are
golems
people
and
too.
warforged.
How,
So
how
I'd
would
like to
we
cast
know how
Eldritch
to...
Blast. No, I'm kidding.
Ooh.
I'm kidding.
How do we, like, find people?
Well, there's a big information kiosk. We can probably start there if you lead the way.
Okay.
Is there, like,
so
a party we can crash?
if you wanna,
You could ask them. Okay, so imagine you just boarded a ship that's a city. You don't see any people, but there's this plentiful source of information in front of you. What would you ask it?
May as well go to the kiosk then.
Okay. You
I know.
walk over to the kiosk. There's a slight humming sound to it, and you see a very ethereal, wispy face with a high lace collar form as you
Be like-
approach.
Is it like a members directory, or do I have to like ask about people to know if they're here?
It's like an information kiosk.
No.
If you want to try and get a directory, you may do that.
Oh.
But-
I'm gonna. Wait, what? I need intel because. So how would I get information about like? Okay, can I ask the person, or like the fairy, the thing behind the kiosk, if they would have like a members directory, or like
Wait, call it
a
a
phone
fairy.
book?
You can
Call it a
ask
fairy.
what-
Let's make
you
our
can
first
ask
act
whatever you
here
want.
racially motivated.
You can ask it whatever you want. Doesn't bother me.
Would you by any chance have a catalog of all the houses and the representatives on board?
Yes, I can populate a list of that for you. Would you care
That
for it
would
to
be
be printed
wonderful.
out, or would you care for on a projection?
Printed would be marvelous, thank you.
Of course, madame. One moment. And you are.
He literally shits out a list.
He does in fact produce a list on Tonatan parchment, which seems like it's too good for a list of noble houses, but you know, whatever. That's what happened. It gets rather lengthy. Do you really want the entire list, or do you just want to cut them off when you have what you want?
I'm gonna specify House Roth.
House what?
House Roth.
House Roth. Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Well, then it's then he prints out a much shorter list. If you're going to specify that, to be Aaron of House Roth, and there was about 12 years ago. It says that Aaron's mother was on this ship.
Yeah. She dead now.
Shit. Right.
Well, yeah,
I
she
knew that.
was human.
Wait, what?
I can okay. Well, Daddy lives long time. Mommy doesn't live so long.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Right,
Break
right.
it down, make it simpler.
Amazing. Is there any way to know like who she mingled with during her time here?
Or is that what you're asking in the kiosk?
Just in general, to the GM.
You're just no one in this city ship that you know of is recording conversations about who's talking to who.
Then I guess I'm gonna ask the person behind the kiosk who exactly was on board the ship during the time that his mom was here.
Who was on board the ship? Okay, that's going to be another long list of Tonatan parchment that'll spit out for people who occupied the ship for the few months that she was on board. But you do get a list. There are a few people from the symposium that you would recognize. There are a few names that you're vaguely familiar with from the Drost. Give me a maybe an intelligence check if you want to pick out anything else.
Yes. Give me 1 second. Intelligence. Name diligence. Okay, I click keep.
Okay. There's a couple of names that you recognize, but they were already stated by the servant earlier when you got off of the lift and registered yourselves. With the one Cae'ter asked. So it's nothing you didn't already know.
Okay. And I'm gonna ask one last thing to the person. Would there be any activities going on at this very moment?
At this very moment, it is a bit early. There tends to be card games going on the port side for those who wish to take a brunch and play some cards. On the bow of the ship, there does tend to be some sculpting or other artistic pursuits with the various tutors that we have. In the shopping district, there are some light plays that are going on. I believe. One moment. Yes, this will be a very pageant-like play of the maidens of the consortium.
Did you say the cards were at again?
The cards. Any of the card games will be located on the port side, adjacent to, or perhaps a bit of an overflow into the restaurant area, for those who wish to be having a brunch, or perhaps even an early lunch, and play a light game of cards before beginning their day.
Okay. Well, thank you for that information. And I'm just gonna bow and wave to Cae'ter, and I'm gonna make my way to the card games.
Okay. Cae'ter, are you doing anything?
Well, yeah. First, I'm going to wave back, and then I'm going to walk up to the kiosk. A little bit confounded.
Okay. You watch as his face comes out again, but this time it looks much more Dragonborn-like. Greetings, Sentient. How may I assist you today?
Oh, hello! I'm going to say in Dragonborn.
He will respond in Dragonborn. Or Draconic, rather.
Ah, yes, but of course. I haven't set up my languages. This is the first character I haven't actually done languages.
Oh, son. What direction may I offer you?
Hello, good sir. I was wondering if perhaps you could direct me towards the nearest, how would you say, place of worship. I am told that there are English is my third language, please be patient. Non-denominational churches around the area, and if you could add to that, perhaps the names of families that preside or otherwise maintain such places.
Of course. The non-denominational chapel is located on the 4th floor, the starboard side. As far as families who run or operate them, it is generally the purview of the ship and its staff to run and operate them. However, there are, let me see here, there are 3 houses that are currently traveling with us that are in charge of, or not in charge of, that are closely allied with worship of Azuth and Maestra, as well as Sylvanas.
Like from Warcraft?
No, actually, and I'm going to scratch that last one. It's not going to... Sylvanas is the god of wild nature. That's not what I wanted to do. The goddess Sune.
Sune? I perk up at when I hear that.
You're... Yeah, that's right, you went with him. Okay.
Oh.
Seeing the interest, I'm going to be like, perhaps the name, or perhaps even a contact for this house tied with Sune. You see, we are followers of sorts as well, and we would like to make...
Of course. The Chapel of the Red-Haired Goddess is located on the 4th floor, on the starboard side, in the 5th.
Perhaps it would be easier if you printed directions or a map. This parchment seems to... Well, it seems of quite a quality. Would we have to reimburse you in any way? How much would that be?
No reimbursement is required, sir. It is a simple printout that is delivered to you complimentary. I will give you a not map, but everything but. There are information stations, or there is signage, I should say. There will be signage or pages and servants to help direct you. I do not have the capacity to print out a map, but I can give you contact information for the clergy regarding the Temple of Sune.
That would be perfect. While we're here, I did have 2 other small questions. Firstly, are we privy to balance statements? I'm quite curious about how this ship, well, sustains itself economically. And also, I would like a list of Chief Engineer Thorgrim and all of his... if you would please.
And all of his
subordinates.
Oh my goodness. You are of course entitled to your own financial statements if you wish for me to print them out or display them.
Oh, that's not necessary. You see,
discreet...
I serve a young lord. I myself am but a simple servant, and therefore I'm just very cash rich.
It's like being house poor, but different.
Yes.
Your lord will have to give you clearance from that at a different kiosk then, perhaps one in your apartment. As of right now,
Understood.
I am not able to grant you access to his financial information. As for Thorgrim and his subordinates, I can certainly print out a list for you of the sentient staff that works in the engine room.
That'd be wonderful, thank you.
And a sheet of Tonatran parchment is printed out with 24 names, which includes Thorgrim's name.
It's all coming together. I'm gonna hand the family contact information about the Sune family, whatever affiliation that was. I'm gonna hand that over to Maze.
Sune is a deity.
Sune is the god.
It's the chapel.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
I'm gonna hand that over to Maze, and then I'll pocket the Thorgrim's information.
Done.
All right. I've had my fun for a bit of time. Maze?
I'm like eager to look into the Sune.
Let's go then.
All right. You start off.
Hey, where'd the elf go?
I think he went with Aaron. I think that's what I told him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So, you two go off with your respective map, or I should say directory, signage, kind of like at a mall. So, Synod, what are we doing? What is Aaron doing?
I'll look at Vishariel questioningly as he follows me. First, do you have more questions?
The longer we are here, the more questions I seem to have.
Well, I'm sorry to say I don't usually possess answers to a lot of questions. I got out of the habit of it a few years ago. Always brought me terrible trouble. But if you ask them, perhaps I may have one on hand, or two.
Well, it's really has to do with who built this and why, and how exclusive is this. And I should probably stick with you anyways, since I'm supposed to be a part of your entourage. It would be... I'd rather get my bearings first before I were to strike out on my own. Though it does seem awfully quiet, so perhaps it wouldn't be a problem.
It does. I thought it would be more crowded, though I guess the number of people of affluence and influence in the world has dipped precipitously in the past couple of years.
I agree, but do you think they would willingly leave this place?
Oh, I'm sure it could get dreadfully boring after a few years. For me, I can assure you it's simply a means to an end.
I shall defer to your experience in this matter. Why are we going to the back again?
Well, I'm sure it'll be a sight to see as the sun sets and the ship makes its way. We've been in a dire...
Yeah. It's not even lunch.
Who knows? Are they gonna leave right away? Maybe, maybe not.
You are clearly a member of the nobility, that's for sure.
I also like to take some time to pray every once in a while. You're welcome to join me.
No, I don't wish to crowd you while you are praying. I did not know you were particularly religious.
Oh, I'm not.
Oh.
But it never hurts to hedge your bets.
Is there any, perhaps one of the gods of the sea? The deities of the sea? Good fortune, maybe? For this one?
I hadn't thought of that.
If you don't have a preference, of course.
I don't. As I said, I'm mostly hedging my bets.
Right, well, I think I may head inside a bit just to get a general understanding of where we are, but I'm going to stay close to doors, so I'll be back hopefully before you are finished praying, so we can reconnect. Just a quick little scouting loop, I suppose.
Yes. If you can't find me, then I'm sure we'll meet each other for, well, I'm presuming there's some kind of catering or dinner of some kind.
Yeah, be curious to see how they handle those sorts of things.
Hopefully not a grand ballroom filled with vipers and smarmy politicians.
Do they really do that?
Well... Sometimes stereotypes are a little too accurate.
There is doubtless a dress code as well. What are we to do about
Oh, Lord. I'll have to visit the tailor.
I would like a little bit of help, if you are inclined to give it. I don't have the mindset or the money.
I can certainly, give a few lessons on etiquette in the evening and proper dress and address. Though Britnei could probably help you as well. She was taking lessons before we left. Get involved.
Nice.
Sorry, what lessons in etiquette?
Yep, you're in charge.
You went to a boarding school for nobles. What do you mean no lessons in etiquette?
You know exactly how much to bow depending on each rank. Like
I sure fucking do.
there you add a girl. Alright. He's going to break off and start to make his way indoors. You're gonna go and have your conversation, presumably.
Yep.
Let's hear it. Ooh, let's hear it.
Okay.
I'm kind of hyped. What are we doing here, Synod?
I don't even know. That's the funny part.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
It's better that way. It's more exciting.
All right, so you get to the back. It has slowly started to move. It's clearly accelerating, but it's taken its time. So, Stalwart Cove is still very much on your left, but it's slowly moving. But it's slowly moving to the rear.
Rear. Sorry. I will clutch my pendant in my hands and call out to the lady in crystal.
Okay. You take a moment and you call out. You almost watch as the words make strong angles in the sky, almost like a lattice or synapse, if you want, synapses. But rather quickly after that, you feel a shell form around you, and you feel 2 arms on your shoulders. You call me now. Why?
I've arrived on the ship I believe the fragment should be on.
Ah, my little gem. For you and I to make whole. How goes the search?
Well, I haven't begun yet. I was hoping you'd give me some indication into its general location on the ship. Now that I'm on it, can you feel anything more, or shall I make more discreet inquiries on my own?
You feel the shell, the crystalline encasement expand really quickly, and you quickly lose the sense of it. A moment passes, another moment.
Would I be feeling something in my legs if they're manipulating like a crystal?
That's true. You would be, yeah. It would
Oh,
definitely.
Yeah, you get a little tingly sensation in your crotch.
It would be a yeah. Right.
in my belly button.
Thank you. Your other clitoris, yeah.
God.
It'll be a very, very warm, tingling, slightly electric, I suppose, slightly lightning, since you don't really have electricity. But yes, you would definitely feel that. So
Great.
the crystalline encasement expands. I feel it most near the front, thinner side, not where you are, the opposite of where you are. It's in mid-level space, lattice. It is there.
So So the front bow, then.
It is set around light and shade. And light again.
Well, that gives me an area to search. Thank you, lady. Is there anything else that I should know?
You feel the case come back around you, and a little bit closer this time. It is quiet. It is not like you. There are some who sing like me, but weakly, dimly. I don't know what they do, but they are magic.
Interesting. Well, I'll be off on my search then. I will keep you apprised of my progress.
I can't wait for you to bring family back to me.
Family? Whatever do you mean?
Family, me, self, I. Are they not the same for you?
No, I had assumed, well, let's just say that my family is not a part of me, as I am not a part of them. We are related, descended from one another, siblings, mothers, fathers, but none of us are one.
Descended into the earth? The ground? As deepening roots?
No, right. Well, when a man and a woman must need each other very much.
They
Sorry.
make little baby crystals.
Yeah.
No, it's more. Well, we sire individuals. Is it not such for you and your kind?
We are all linked. We are all facets of lattice. We are all in a union? Alliance.
Huh. Interesting.
Grouping?
Fascinating. You share your thoughts? Your desires? They're the same?
It can be done. We grant privacy. We do not invade. But if the sending is there, we readily accept. One's happiness is for all to share, as is sorrow.
I see.
It is not something to be suffered or celebrated alone.
We are quite different as a species. I can't think of anything I know of that is similar to what your kind experience. Well, in any case, I've pledged my help, and so you shall have it. I will let you know when I have more news. Farewell, lady.
You feel the crystalline case just flake off in bits and blow off the stern of the ship, and then turn into nothing.
Then I will make my way back to the apartments and figure out what's going on in the evening, or like what the accommodations are for food and drink, and then make my way to the bow and the lower levels. I'm trying to keep to not subterfuge, but definitely like smaller corridors.
Okay. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Yes, sir.
Here's a... That's how we're gonna do it right there.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Sorcerer.
Yep. Yep. Okay. You two are headed up to the thing. To the Temple of Sune. Where were you going again, Tiara?
Well, my character was on its way to the poker, but then realizes that I am back in, shall we say, aristocracy. So I'm gonna.
I mean, not go to poker with the.
I'm gonna get myself properly equipped and showered. So I'm gonna purchase a few items of clothing that is appropriate for the many events on the ship.
Okay. You, I will just say you double back over to the shops, arrondissement, and purchase some paler looking, slightly ruffled and puffed out like a crinoline kind of thing dresses. It's easy enough. It's easy enough to find a public restroom where you can change, or even just a changing room at one of the shops actually, where you can change into that.
What about suits?
You can also do a suit. You can do a whole.
Yeah, let's do the suit.
You can do a whole Victoria thing if you really want to.
Yes.
Okay. You find yourself a however you want. You can find whatever kind of suit you want. They offer a wide variety. You want more Western cut. You want jacquard. You want more Asian style. Whatever you want to pick. Whatever March's style, consortium style, whatever. That's all you. And then you begin to make your way to the port side, to where the card games would be. Arriving at the okay. Anyways, arriving at there are some golems and warforged, and they are cleaning and tending to plants, and some of them are cooking. Light fare. That's it. You don't see anyone else.
So, like, no one is playing cards.
You do not see a single organic person.
I find that kind of odd.
Or inorganic person playing cards, for that matter.
I'm gonna do the golems speak? Do they, like, speak to people? Can I try speaking to them?
The golems have a limited set of responses. You quickly figure that out. since it's like maybe 12. Most of them directing you where to go to get help. So we'll say that you find your way to another Warforged, then, shall we?
Sure.
Okay. All right. You find your way to a Warforged servant who looks like he's in the middle of trimming one of the plants. Not in any style like topiary or anything, but just doing some pruning.
Excuse me.
Acknowledgement. Greetings. How may I help you?
I was kindly instructed by the, shall we say, kiosk that there would be some meetings of cards. However, I've noticed that there isn't many organic beings around. Could you please let me know if I have the right time for this event?
Yes, of course. You are here for the card games, you said. Yes. This is the correct time of day for that. It happens before lunchtime, and this is the correct area.
Then, if I could be quite straightforward, or where would be the guests?
I do not see any other guests currently. Perhaps they have chosen to engage in other activities, or they could be resting, sleeping in. I have not seen any today.
What would you know the most popular activities? Where would be like the most, shall I say, busy, populated location for?
That's not what I wanted to do. Most busy and most populated. Well, the food areas seem to always be populated by at least someone. Everyone is allowed and indeed encouraged to have their own schedules, but that is one thing that brings all of our guests together. I believe that quite a few of the more artistic events and classes, the tutoring that we offer has always been popular with the nobility to partake in a comfortable amount. We have some more peasant-like commoner activities that some of the nobles seem to enjoy, like farming or even a little bit of leather work. Those always seem to have a small, perhaps I should say, cult following. If I not to sound too, not that I wish to imply anything untoward there, of course, but perhaps there are several religious families which frequent the chapels. There are also those who enjoy the gardens, the topiary, the not bocce. What's the other one? Croquet.
Well,
croquet. There are also ones that enjoy croquet or tennis, badminton.
Could you point me in the direction to the garden?
Yes, of course, madam. So you'll go this way, and he points you out. It's still on the port side. It's just closer to the bow, so you probably walked past it. But there are, of course, high shrubs and topiary to block off so that you don't lose your ball or whatever. May I assist you with anything else? Of course. I wish you a pleasant stay.
Thank you. And I'm gonna make my way there, but I am quite suspicious. I haven't seen anyone just yet.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna take off your whatever you set it to.
Wait, what?
For your advantage or disadvantage, I'm just gonna set it to normal. And then if you want to do another Constitution check, that would be great.
Wait, I had a disadvantage?
I don't know what you had it at, but I know that it was rolling twice, so. was.
Oh, shit.
We're not doing that.
Okay. Constitution. I click.
Oh my goodness. Alright, great. So, you head off in that direction.
Is that all these ominous constitution checks are just for seasickness?
Definitely.
Yeah,
just
they will definitely go away if you succeed on 2 out of 3, yeah. Alright, so, cycling to failure and chili. You presumably are going to the temples of, the chapel, I should say, of Sune, the goddess of love and beauty, the red-haired mistress. As you approach the area, you notice slowly there's more and more red banners and red bunting and all that. Let me see if I can get any kind of image. This is clearly people who are focused on what is beautiful and what is lovely and all that. Oh, is that what it's on? Great. You do, as you get closer to the doors are closed, and you see large amounts of clothing and bedrolls, but you don't see any persons or people.
Is Chili gone?
She's muted. I don't know. She could be stress puking again.
Alright. So lots of bedrolls, but no persons or people.
And the doors,
This is just like kind of... The doors are what?
the doors are shut.
Let's give it a knock. Let's see what happens.
Oh my goodness. He's hot. Okay, you give it a knock. You
Oh, I know.
You wait.
You don't have to tell me twice.
You wait. Nothing happens.
Did I try the door? Because that is something often overlooked in D&D.
It is. You push at the door. There is a slight give, but you can tell from like the crack and the way that it moves that it's barred. But there is still a slight crack.
Where would be the nearest information kiosk?
Look at that. Anyways, you've definitely passed some. If there's one that will be closest, 10, maybe 15 feet back, 20, something like that.
Oh, perfect.
People leaving, look at a list. Okay, so you go over to the kiosk. The face appears again, looking very draconic. Greetings, sentient. How may I help you?
Buongiorno, signore, in Draconic.
In Draconic.
Love that.
Uh,
Now give me a
Yeah.
Constitution save when you get a second. Go on.
me?
Yes, you and Chili actually. Whenever she gets back. Okay.
That's less good than what I was.
Tis.
Hello, good sir. I was curious about the activities about the church or the Sunnis. What are they? Are they a church? Are they a?
It's a chapel of the goddess Sune.
Okay. How would I refer to their organization?
Say Sunnites, I guess. Sunnyites. I don't know. Whatever. You can make it up. Sure.
How would I refer to? Sorry. I would like to inquire about the activities of the Sunnites, and perhaps, if I were to be that much more forward, would you have any information on why the door to their church or their chapel is barred?
The Temple of Sune tends to have services throughout the day. They also tend to engage in art exhibitions and sales for the purposes of creating demand, which pleases the goddess Sune herself. They also tend to engage in evening and evening and night soirees that focus entirely on the beauty of the sentient form, which is all I'm at liberty to discuss at the moment. As for why the doors are shut, I have no particular information on that. I do know that sometimes they engage in more private worships with select nobles. I do not have any record of that, of me being informed of that on the itinerary for this chapel. They could perhaps be closed for an unknown reason. I do not have any information on that either. If you would like, I can inquire. I can put a page through to some of the clergy.
That would be much appreciated, thank you.
Of course, I will produce a token, actually. One moment, please. And he...
At your leisure.
You hear a humming, and at the bottom drops out a ascending stone.
Hey! I remember these.
Yeah, that's right, you do. So when I have an answer, I will be happy to. I will contact you immediately and let you know what that answer is. Please hold on to that stone until further notice, at which point we do request that you return them to be recycled.
Naturally.
Is there anything else I can assist you with today, sir?
That'll be all. We will await your answers. Or... That wasn't the right word, but I can't think of it right now.
Yeah.
Correspondence.
It do be like that sometimes.
I mean, I'm a few beers deep, but I'm on the whiskey too, so.
Yes. Ooh, that's very pretty.
I know, right?
These clerics and paladins of Sune are very attractive. Obviously, but you know. Anyways.
The doors are barred because Triffy hasn't set up the characters yet.
That is not the case at all, but no. But you know, think what you will. It doesn't bother me. All right. You also, as you turn to walk, just say like your like maybe your ankles and your knees feel kind of hot and kind of it hurts to move, basically, like very low, very early onset arthritis kind of thing. But that's
Wonder what that is.
What are those?
I don't remember doing any strenuous activity recently.
I don't remember. I lifted a drinking glass to my mouth. That's about it.
That is about it.
What's going on?
Wild.
Alright, we don't have to worry about chili for the moment, I guess. So if there's anything else you want to do.
There's no real check to know, like, what the fuck is up with your body, right?
Not really. If you're proficient in medicine, you can do that. I'll let you do insight, but again, if you don't have any medical knowledge, it's going to be hard to say.
Yeah, I also won't dodge it, so... Yeah, this seems perfectly fine. No, maybe I'm just getting a score. No, maybe my muscles just...
As soon as I get my sea legs, they'll stop hurting. Any minute now.
That has to do with the bone, right?
Yeah. That's the only thing I do love about this game, is that y'all know nothing about medicine.
I mean...
Ayo.
Our characters definitely don't.
Definitely not. Hard to stay in character sometimes.
It really is. It really is.
Yes, it is.
It do be like that sometimes.
I can't tell you how many times I had to change a word for thrag because I was like, damn, he doesn't know that word. He doesn't know that word either. He doesn't know that word either. There's no way. There's no way my man knows that word.
Oh, Greg.
I think he wanted to say ambidextrous at some point. And I was like, nah, I don't know. He doesn't know that word. All right, so we'll continue the cycle. Go back around to Aaron. So you're walking in, getting an idea of activities. I think you said you were doing.
Indeed.
Okay. You receive from the kiosk or one of the Warforged pretty much the same information that Tierra has gotten. Since you are of House Roth, and you did Merchants of Marble, right? That was your income, was trading in marble.
Of some kind, yeah, some kind of
Rock.
mining consortium. Yeah,
Sure.
special rock, rock solid.
Rock salt.
Special rocks. All right, so you
The
get a
one you
little bit.
lick.
So when you get a little bit more talking about sculpting and I guess maybe carving, there are various things that that people would do to make a marble statue or something like that, or knickknacks, or maybe even a table. It's just more heavily geared towards that, since they believe that you are, since they know you're of House Roth.
Nice. I guess I will venture forth into the
Great unknowns.
deep abyss of the bow of the ship. Straining my senses to identify anything that may lead me on my quest.
All right, you make your way through some stairs or a lift, or however you want to do it. You make your way down a few levels underneath of the deck and begin making your way through what looks like more of the servant quarters, more storage. The machining or fabrication areas are in the back of the ship, but you can assume very reasonably that there would also be a forge or leatherworking, actual shops, tailors, seamstress, all those sorts of things. The hallways are really rather clean, but there is a first aid, let's say alcove. Not necessarily a station, but there is this recessed area that has the symbol of whatever the god of life is. I don't know. Eldath, I think it is. Shut up.
Shut up.
No, that's peace. Whatever the god or goddess of life is. And you see it, and you see quite a lot of clothing and like knickknacks piled up around it, and there's some splattering on the wall in around the alcove. It looks red.
Ah, wonderful. I love
Uh,
when things do that.
I'd like to investigate that. Por favor.
But why? Just leave it alone. Okay, go ahead.
Uh, let's see. What can I tell? With a
A 20 investigation.
did they fight? Like, give me the whole Dexter thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Let me just forensically break it down for you, because
Thanks.
that's the kind of
I
knowledge.
appreciate
That's
it.
the kind of knowledge that Aaron would have.
Totally.
So from what you can tell, there was some kind of fight here. It looks like people were maybe camping out here, or spending like most of their day here. There's like a tattered up bedroll, and some of the clothing also has bloodstains on it. But you don't see any like drag marks of blood. There's just a little bit of spattering, and there's some on the clothes. It looks like it was obviously a slash, because a stab wouldn't make this pattern or much of in the way of blood spray to begin with. It's on the walls surrounding the alcove, but it's not in the alcove. There's no blood in the alcove of the first aid alcove, I guess. And you don't see any bodies. The blood is completely and thoroughly dried. It's very
Like
dark.
almost black.
Yeah, it's very, 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 very dark. It looks like it could probably flake off pretty easily. So whatever
Okay.
this was happened quite a while ago. And all the blood on the clothes is the same way.
Oh.
It's very old, very dried.
So no drag marks on the ground.
There are no drag marks on the ground.
So like no bodies were. If the bodies were moved, they were picked up. Any blood trails?
Presumably. Alright, so with an investigation of 20, you do not see blood trails. What you do see is very slight staining on the floor.
Oh, like somebody scrubbed it?
It has clearly been cleaned by something somewhere at some point. And
Is it distinct enough for me to follow?
You can. Yes. At this alcove, at this point in time, it does seem like it could be followed.
All right, well, off we go then into the sunset. I mean, into the dark, deep bowels
Okay.
of
So
death.
at this alcove, you hook a right to continue following the trail of blood. You follow it for, like, it feels kind of like 2 blocks between the servants' quarters and the storage and all that sorts of stuff, the cleaning supplies, all that, where that would be. You follow it for about 2 blocks, and as far as you can tell, it just stops. You do notice that it gets more and more difficult to follow. The amount of staining gets smaller, although the level of cleaning remains the same. So they're just either running out of blood, or it's being caught somehow or something. But there's just less blood in the blood trail. Say it that way.
Okay. Um. But is it still followable?
No. The blood trail. It becomes, there's less and less blood, and eventually there's not enough blood to lead you to the next spot. So it's about
Okay.
two,
Any
2 blocks.
doors in the vicinity?
Yeah, there are doors on both sides. Absolutely.
All right. I will try the leftmost one, nearest to me.
Okay. You open up the left door, and it is storage for what looks like tools and equipment for maybe let's just say a topiary, snipping, and shovels for maybe doing a little bit of repotting or plant placement, that sort of stuff. Opening it up, you do see a large not a large. You see a humanoid sized lump that's in the back corner. Next to it, you see a shovel.
What?
You see a humanized
Shovel?
and next to it you see a shovel.
Not what I was expecting. All right, I will approach the humanoid lump.
There is no blood to be seen anywhere. You approach the humanoid lump. All right, the humanoid lump is lying on its back, slightly to the right, into the corner. Looking at it, it looks like an older male Aasimar.
Mm.
There's no blood on him. I'm trying to think of what clues to give you here.
Take your time.
Yeah, thanks.
You're welcome.
Shut up. His arms are crossed over his chest, and it seems like
By happenstance, or because, like, in a kind of like, oh, rest well, friend kind of way? Like, do they seem to have been deliberately crossed over his chest, or did they just fall that way?
It seems pretty deliberate.
Okay.
And it seems, as you look over him and look over it, over the body, it's just the slightest little quiver every few seconds.
As in movement from the body.
As in the body gives a very slight shudder every few seconds.
Boy. Okay. I approach further and reach out a hand and peel open his eyelids. Just one, actually. Just one eyelid. I'm gonna change my answer there.
I bet you are. Okay. You go
That
over.
way, if he's freaking, then
Ow.
Like, I don't want to piss someone off while they're tweaking.
Why is... That's right, you don't. Failure, are you cheating on me?
Thought we had a polygamous relationship here, Strippy. I thought you understood.
All right.
I've got
we
everything
will
else on
we
the
will
side, too.
discuss this in 17 minutes when this session's over.
Yeah?
Be ready.
You want to discuss my main chick too? Because ooh, this is gonna be rough.
So you go over and open his eye, and you watch as cracks, almost like porcelain, form where you have touched him on his eyes.
Oh, shit. What in the name of... Are there any other cracks? And how quickly are they spreading?
They've spread a little bit down his cheek and a little bit up his forehead. You don't see any other cracks on his body, and if you stand there or hold it open or just whatever, stare at it for a moment, it just very, very slowly, there starts to seep out this very dark red blood. Very slowly.
Oh dear.
I don't have a healing spell. At all. I don't think I have a single healing spell.
Okay.
Let me consider. Spells. Yeah, nope, don't have a single healing spell. Oh well.
What a shame.
Well, I can't just leave him there. I guess I'll try to pick him up.
Okay.
Does he crack further?
Slide your arms.
Or is he on more crack? Yeah, I gently slide my arms underneath him.
Under his neck and like the back of his knees.
Yeah.
All right.
It's gonna detach, isn't it?
You watch as more cracks appear on his neck, and you
Dear Lord.
kind of feel the back of his knees giving.
Shit. Okay, well, I guess, is there anything on him? Is he carrying anything? Does he have a belt?
He does have a belt. Otherwise, it just seems to be like a really simple tunic.
Okay.
I'll say the belt does have pouches.
Alright, can I check through the pouches?
So you're gonna set him down?
Well, yeah, because he's breaking apart in my hands.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'll set him down.
You set him down, and he completely shatters into a pile of
course he does.
porcelain and blood. Porcelain
Dick.
skin, I should say. But hey, you can look at the belt now.
Sure, I'll take a look at what's in the belt.
The belt's got some copper pieces. It's got some nails. It looks like a cloth measuring tape. Yeah, that's right. Cloth measuring tape. Yeah. It's got a small sack of jerky, and it's got a
So uselessness is what you're telling me right now. He's useless. He's useless.
It's got a small emblem, token, I suppose, that says DLS Excellent Company Gardening.
Oh shit.
That's the name of the ship we're on, right?
Yes, the Dross League ship, Excellent Company.
I will pocket the token.
Okay.
just in case I happen upon a door that is a staff only or something.
Alright, you do that.
And then head back out.
Sure.
I'm not religious, so I'm not going to pray or anything, but...
Didn't you just tell somebody that you were gonna...
Yes, well, that was a slight fib, and I didn't say I was religious, I said I was hedging my bets, not other people's bets.
Alrighty.
Well, that's disconcerting.
Is Chili spiraling?
Probably.
Jenna's been spiraling for a while now.
She has.
Chili?
I mean, maybe she made tuna casserole.
There is no way.
Ew, that's such a white dish. Tuna casserole.
Such a
Oh,
white
failure.
dish.
I expected you, at least, Failure, to understand the reference. Is Failure not even here?
Who knows?
Failure's not even here.
Shit.
Disappointment.
Well, you and I. You and
Okay.
I. Synod.
What the fuck did everybody go?
Failure's definitely in chat.
Rude. Rude.
That's fine. We can end it 10 minutes early. That doesn't bother me.
I mean, I kind of want to keep going, but like, where did people go? I
You're
like the game.
talking with Failure. What are you talking about?
Well, we were talking, and then he's not responding anymore.
All right. So you want to take like a 5-minute bathroom break, and then maybe at least one of them will come back.
I mean, I don't need to pee just yet.
Well,
But if you want to,
oh my goodness! It's not literal, girl. It is not literal. We're missing half the party. That's all I'm trying.
I guess
trying to
so.
wait for one to come back. Okay, fine. You want to sit here and chat and talk about nothing until Failure comes back. There. Is that better?
or
I actually
we can
do
talk
have to
about
take
the
a
game.
bathroom break.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Sign
So
Okay, so sign
I'm
on.
gonna go take a piss.
He's literally gonna go take a bathroom break.
Okay,
Literally.
now he's
He's
back.
literally gonna do that. Literally.
He's literally gonna do that?
He's literally doing it.
God damn, he's literally doing it, okay.
Yeah, classic Synod.
So I've been pinged 5 times. What did I miss?
We were about to cycle again, is all.
Oh, I see. Is Chili back yet?
Maybe. Chili is gone for the night. It
I
doesn't
can-
matter if she
yeah,
comes
I
back
can believe
now.
that.
Like, whatever. I feel it. What's up?
So I'm assuming that like this is a haunted boat that people get kidnapped and get eaten or something. It's just like no.
Uh,
My running theory was that there's some kind of effect, be it a pathogen or a spell, that saps life out of people.
Ooh.
Oh.
Failure's taking it to the next
Also, what's all-
level.
What's all these constitution throws?
That's us getting fucked with
Yeah.
by that effect.
I am not telling you anything about that. So you can ask Failure what it is, but
See, I failed one. I think I'm so far the only person that's failed one, right?
Vishariel just failed one actually.
Ah, okay, well, we'll have
No, wait,
luck then,
what?
huh?
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
Vishariel got an 11, which is worse than Failure's roll. So
Yeah,
Do we get to find out about it today?
not tonight,
I really
if
doubt
I'm
it.
guessing correctly. Alright, so for our last turn, I'm going to sprint to the bridge. No.
Kick open the door.
Um,
What is going on?
realize that no one's left. Oh, okay. Actually, no, they're Warforged. They'll probably be left. Huh.
Oh, we could play, whatever it is. Lush
Can I
Life. Lush
ask
Life.
a real quick question, like kind of half in character,
You
half
can.
tell me if this is metagaming?
I'll say whatever I want to say.
I'm gonna wait 2 hours. Is there a response?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to the information kiosk.
Okay.
Hi, sorry.
You return to any old information kiosk.
Anyone works, yeah? On average, how long does it take to get a response?
For the Temple of Sune, responses do tend to vary based on the time of day.
I'll bright and early like now.
I really want to. I hate using a clock. I really do, because I feel like they wouldn't have a clock, just like in the noob campaign. Say usually there's a response from one of the clergy, even if it's a lower member. Relatively recently, I don't recall. I don't have any memory of anything taking longer than 30 to 45 minutes.
Ah. Cool. Could you do me a weird favor?
I will make every effort to accommodate your comfort, fellow sentient.
Two things. Firstly, do I have access to the bridge? And the captain?
Access.
Actually, let's talk about Thorgrim. Can I contact him?
I would be happy to send a page to him.
Could you mark that urgent?
Yes. I can certainly
All
make
right.
that urgent for you.
Thank you. Lastly, I'd like you to page every available communique present in the ship that is sentient and await response. Or rather, organic and sentient and await response.
That is...
Is that metagaming?
This is a large request. I will make an effort to page everyone I have access to. I am not... I do not have access to members of other people's entourage in such a way. If they do not have a sending stone, I should say.
Well, in that case, for extra access, if you do spot our young Lord Aaron, perhaps you could ask him to use his authority to contact other lords and such leaders, nobility, however you would. Yeah.
Yes, that is entirely doable. I believe he is currently headed towards the bow of the ship. I will page him momentarily.
Thank you. Element Surgeon. Alright, and that'll be
Wait.
me.
I guess like the game people think that I'm a servant.
Yeah,
Fun.
that's why we've been acting as servants.
You did not.
Ah.
You did not say anything or establish yourself in any way, shape, or form as his cousin, or having any
Oh, this-
ability at all.
And even if
Cool.
you were just my cousin, if you didn't have any proof of nobility or a house, then you would still just be part of my entourage. Because that's how shallow nobility is.
Well, they have the capability of testing blood, but they said it was invasive. You could prove that you are, by blood, his cousin.
It's true.
There are ways you could do this.
There-
It's
there
just
was-
like it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, there is no way that the bosun was equipped to do that either. So.
Yeah.
I think it might. Would it be to my advantage of making the nobility? No. Okay. Great.
I don't know. I didn't even. No, I don't. That's entirely your own choice. I don't. You've probably been in a situation somewhat similar to this, and you can base that off of prior experience, Or out
Do you
of
want a politic?
context, situational.
Do I want a politic?
Do you want a politic?
No, I want to flirt with their wives.
Well, there you go.
Gross.
That is your answer.
Gross. So,
Gross.
Cae'ter asked to ping Aaron.
Literally everyone, actually.
And
I pinged
everyone.
literally everyone.
Yeah, so,
I joined a new server and I at-alled, or like at everyone immediately.
It immediately got fucking banned.
Yeah.
So, they also said it didn't have access to members of the entourage that do not have a sending stone.
Yeah.
And that was for everyone's entourage of every noble on this ship.
Yep.
It's not
I'm guessing I'm still hitting some demographic.
I'm not just you. It's not just you guys. Just so we're clear. Okay. Right. So, Aaron, you are presumably going through the poor man's belt, and you hear a slight ping, and you hear a small, soft ping from the direction of the first aid alcove. Master Aaron, would you please give me a moment of your time when it's agreeable?
Oh, shit, motherfucker. Yes, certainly. Where can I meet you at your best convenience? Whom am I speaking with?
This is the arcane information kiosk system.
Ah, right. Has someone requested my presence?
I have a page here from a Cae'ter. He has marked it urgent.
Ah, I see. If you would be so kind as to give me some directions to his location, I'll be there shortly.
Certainly.
Do tell him not to wander off too much.
You're not... Right. You're not going to wander off, are you, Cae'ter?
I mean, I'm supervising an AFK.
Supervising at AFK.
AFK?
Away from keyboard. Basically not there.
Alright, well, certainly. He'll give you directions to just outside the Temple of Sune, actually.
Oh, I'm gonna have to answer questions about why the fuck we're here, huh?
Yup.
At the Temple of Love and Beauty. Just the two of
There
you.
will be a question. Or two. Or maybe three.
The shit I put up with to be able to slaughter hordes.
Hordes.
Hordes. Entire hordes.
I thought you tanked the hordes.
My DPS ain't that bad. Especially after I realized I was making a mistake in my calculation. I was like, no, you do more damage.
Ah.
Right. So, we'll say that you rush over there. Tiara.
Yes.
What are you doing?
What do?
You're headed off
What?
to the
Oh,
you're headed off to the
silly.
gardens, right? I kicked her.
Yeah.
Okay. Great.
Oh.
Because if she comes back, that's how I want to know. Is by her rejoining the chat. I'm not punishing her. She's not
Yeah.
being punished.
Okay.
Alright.
This time,
Yeah.
I'm gonna approach the gardens, but I'm gonna have my wits about me because I am knowing if I knew nobility, they love to gamble, they love to gossip, they love to socialize and drink at brunch, and there was no one there. So right off the bat, I feel suspicious.
Oh shit! This is Britnei on high alert. I don't think we've seen this side of her.
So
Remarkably
If I
less
can use-
fireballs than I thought there would be.
Right?
So I'm gonna use my
Girl
spy
be timid.
abilities
Your hide
and
ability?
like my spy
Oh, spy.
ability.
Oh,
He's
right.
sussing some shit out.
Okay, alright. That's fine
I'm
with
just gonna
me.
be
That's the way.
very discreet
We like it.
and like approaching the garden, seeing if there's anyone around me, including golems, including the like non-organic sentient people. I forget their names.
Warforged.
Yeah, those people. So I'm gonna approach the gardens, and do I notice any people of organic matter?
Yeah, go ahead and roll. Let's see if we get anything. See if we get any plot point development here.
What do I roll?
Perception.
La perception, hein?
Ouais, la perception. Il y a un problème avec ta perception ou ça va aller bien?
Non, c'est juste pas un problème. Merci beaucoup.
There you go. You got a 9. Congratulations. I'll let you.
Wait,
I'll let you You should have just taken my roll, you jerk. Sucks to be you.
Yeah, I got some bad rolling.
Alors, il y a un problème avec la perception, non?
Non, c'est juste toi qui en as pas.
Once again,
Jamais la perception.
we've got a situation where you're pretty much just too good for your own good. You are just, your eyes are all over the place, and you are keeping an eye out for it, and you're simultaneously, but it's too erratic, is what I'm trying to say. You are like super involved, but it's unfocused and just kind of hyperactive, and you don't pick up much, which doesn't.
Can I roll again?
You. All right.
My
you
belief
can
is that I
roll
keep
one
going
more.
until I.
You can roll one more time. Otherwise, people will just roll until they succeeded. You can roll one more time. I will tell you right now the DC has increased by 1.
What's that? DC.
Difficulty class. Difficulty class. It's the number that you need to reach or exceed in order to be successful. And I'm not telling you what the number was or what it is. I'm just telling you that it has gone up.
You now have to roll 1 over your natural 20.
Yes. just roll a natural 21. That's all you gotta do.
Oh.
Oh my goodness.
Did she roll 1?
She rolled a
Above the natural
19! Girl.
Tell us that beats it. Tell us that beats it.
That does in fact beat it, actually. It was a 17.
Alright.
Alright.
Alright, you see... You see a child's arm sticking out from a bush.
I'm sorry, what?
You see a child's arm sticking out from a bush on the ground, limp. You see it like sticking out of a bush.
I'll stick you out of a bush.
Do I see any golems nearby? Or any?
There's at least one golem that you passed that was engaging in some topiary trimming and pruning.
Can I like sneakily investigate and like not be suspicious and like just get a closer look to what the fuck that arm is?
The golem is not particularly close, and it's engrossed in its task, and it's not particularly intelligent. But if you want to do it in a stealthy way, then sure. Give me investigation Or if you are proficient, you can do medicine.
Investigation. Oh, I don't know if this is gonna work.
You have no idea. You're not touching it or anything. You're just looking at an arm. You can tell that it's connected to something, probably a body, but looks fine.
What do you mean it looks fine?
You got a 3. It looks fine. What do you want from me? I didn't make you roll a 3.
Can I like get closer to it? Can I like
Sure.
spider climb?
You can get you can't spider climb on a bush, but sure. Well, you probably could actually. If you got the if you grab the right branches that didn't like snap under your weight, then yes, you can still.
I'm gonna make myself invisible.
Oh, this is a great use.
To avoid suspicion of any sort. So.
No. Okay, there's only one creature that's even really close to you, and it does not care what you're doing. But okay.
I don't give a shit.
But you don't know that,
This
so
is
that's
scary.
fine. That's fine. Okay, so you are now invisible.
Okay.
You can you can walk up to the child's arm sticking out of a shrub as close as you want.
Yeah.
Okay.
And do I see like what the arm is attached to, or if there's any
attached
blood,
to a body,
or if
like I said, there's no blood.
is the body sleeping? Is it dead? Is it just lying there? Is it alive?
You got a 3 on your investigation, first of all. Second of all, give me a Constitution saving throw. And Aaron, give me a Constitution saving throw as well, actually.
No. I'm good.
If I could I'm good. Okay, so you choose to fail. That's fine. You can do that. Doesn't bother me.
Oh, no, I'm coming. Give me 1 second. I gotta find the Constitution.
I'm coming, Daddy.
Whoa.
What?
Who said that?
Okay.
Your cousin.
Alright, so you are invisible. You're getting close. Let me know if you want to do anything.
I would like to examine the arm.
All right. So what do you? So you're looking at it. You're touching it. What are we doing?
Yes. I'm examining for any signs of wound, of trauma.
Okay, so you're gonna like turn it around and whatever, like give it like a quarter turn or something.
Yes.
Okay, so you start to go and do that, and you watch as the skin where you touch begins to crack like porcelain, and you feel the body give a slight, subtle shiver.
What the fuck? Can I do like an awareness or a spell check or like a thing to know what the fuck is going on?
This will be a medicine check, and you're not proficient.
Can I like roll anyways to see if I have some really dumb luck?
No, because you're not proficient in medicine. You've no idea. So medicine is something. So proficiency means that there's some kind of training. And if you have not been trained in medicine, you're going to be a really shitty paramedic.
True.
If you have not been trained in Arcana, you don't know what the hell a spell is. You don't know none of that.
Great. Can I see if there's any like belongings to the kid, to the child? Like maybe.
Sure. If you're gonna rustle around in the bush. Sure. So there's some. They're wearing clothes. There is a small collection of toys, like just kids' toys, like a rocking horse or a noisemaker or
any initials on like the rocking horse? Or like name?
There's a maker's mark, but there's no initials or name of a person.
Oh, thank God it's not Andy. What, wrong story?
Or so slightly, yes.
No.
Yeah, as soon as she turns her back, they're just gonna get up and walk away.
Run the fuck away.
Yeah.
That would be absolutely fucking hilarious.
No, like birthday cards, no like name tags, no identifiers of any sorts.
There's no name tag. There's no. All right, I'll say this. There isn't there. If you want to go this far, there will be a name sewn into her underwear.
Bruh.
Do you want to go
You
there?
are not undressing
No.
a dead child after being like, I'm not gonna
Weird.
rape a whole village.
That's weird. I don't know.
That is not the same thing at all, but okay. That's how you want to take it.
Okay, sure. Like, but also, really?
Kids don't just run around on a cruise ship with name tags. It just doesn't happen, man.
Well, like sometimes in
And
their sweater
certainly
they have the initials.
When
like,
everyone
kids
here,
use it.
when everyone here is of unassailable, upstanding, blameless pedigree, you don't really need to worry about those sorts of problems.
About losing shit.
They're not going to lose your kid. They're on the same boat. There's attendants everywhere, and there are people with plenty of money and refined sensibilities who will, of course, render aid if necessary.
Well, like I'm pretty sure their mom wants their like Prada shirt. Like
Not the kid, just the shirt.
yeah, exactly.
The kid is secondary.
Yeah.
Right.
You can get the Prada thing back. It's fine.
Okay, so I don't find anything, I guess.
How far are you willing to go? Are you gonna
Well, I'm
just
not gonna
peel
poke
back
around.
the underwear?
No.
Okay, all right. You can find like labels of the person who made the dress. You can find that it was from the consortium.
Okay. Do you know who by? Is there like a maker's tag on it, or?
Yeah, it's Tzoriel, Tzoriel.
And can I like what kind of how tall is this kid? Like, are they brunette? Are they like
That's not a height.
a girl or a boy
It's definitely a girl.
or non-binary being?
She's got.
Oh, could you tell?
You're gonna put that on the coroner report, are you?
Sure.
She's like maybe 9.
Okay.
She's got black hair with those. They're like half-ass styled curls. They're really not.
Or ringlet.
Ringlets.
Like the chunky
Very, very faded, limp, loose ringlets.
Okay. Well, in this case, being suspicious of my surroundings and I'm invisible, I'm gonna GTFO and I'm gonna try and find my cousin.
Okay. Alright, so you extricate yourself from the situation.
Yes.
Alright. So, you're moving away. Aaron is moving towards the Chapel of Sune, and Cae'ter is presumably hanging around that area, hopefully.
Yep.
He's got a week to... you got like 2 days to decide. So, we'll call it there.
Indeed.
Since it's almost 20 minutes after, and we're planning on meeting again in 2 days.
It's definitely the plan, yes.